Blue is our city, Manchester City fan channel, bro. We about to get into how the hell did this just happen, where Manchester City had a great opportunity to win the English Premier League title, but what happens once again? Chelsea comes around and just steals our glory, steals our momentum, and we just gave them power over us coming into the Champions League final. Bro, we're going to look at how that happened in this match. If you're new to the channel, just know it's Blue is our city, Manchester City fan channel. I try not to do too much swearing, but I'm going to do my best to minimize the swearing. But there's about to be some swearing going on in this video because I'm obviously fuming about how we lost this match. So let's get into this, bro. Manchester City had a great opportunity to win the Premier League title, but I think we lost it directly with this formation. I don't know what your man was thinking about. In typical Guardiola fashion, we know he likes to switch things up, but switching things up with 9 changes that we made to the starting lineup, but also with the formation, I just can't understand why he did this. Chelsea, on the other hand, they made about 5, changes, in my opinion, for what they do normally. And Thomas Tuchel, he just proved that, he's got this Chelsea team firing. They're firing, and they're looking pretty good going into this Champions League final match. So, first off, I want to say with this formation, I don't know if that formation was 5-3-2. I don't know if it was, 3-3-3-1. I don't know what the hell that formation was. What in the world was Pep Guardiola thinking about? Obviously, as the match went on, especially in the first half, I thought City had a great opportunity right around the 3-minute mark with Ferran Torres being able to break off the right. You got to put on the Jets a little bit, my guy, but I know he's a young player. He's still developing, but that was a great opportunity for him to put on the Jets. But my man Rudiger kind of cut him off, and that just didn't work out. Now, kind of for about, I would say maybe about the first 25 minutes, Chelsea was just more comfortable. Chelsea is obviously used to playing this type of formation a little bit more than we are. And I knew that this was a dress rehearsal for the Champions League final, but I didn't think it was going to play out this way, man. And what we obviously saw in this match was it looked like Rodri was the main midfielder, especially in the first half, until we made the few changes that we made later on in the game. But Rodri looked to be the only midfielder. And as I looked at that first half, you could see Ferran Torres kind of dropping into the midfield to support Rodri. Raheem Sterling would sometimes come in there, but I'm saying to myself, we only got one midfielder, and I don't know what your man Pep Guardiola was thinking about. So Chelsea was obviously controlling the midfield up until around later on, and Manchester City looked a little bit more comfortable right around the 30-minute mark of the game, to where we started finding our flow within this formation. But the main talking points I want to talk about is right as the game kept going on and we started finding our footing right in the first half, right around the 40-minute mark, you saw that we started to be in the ascendancy, if you will. My man Gabriel Jesus, with his hard work pays off, don't mistake it. But my man Gabriel Jesus, manages to say, Christensen, get out of here. Great ball from Ruben Diaz over the top. Next thing you know, Gabriel Jesus says, Christensen, get out my way. Due to his hard work, he manages to square the ball. Nice pass. He's off the right-hand side, squares it for Sergio Aguero / Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling puts it in the back of the net. Manchester City is up after 44 minutes, 1-0. And Raheem Sterling gets his 14th goal of the season. And we know Raheem Sterling has not been firing. But look, that goal went in. The only thing I'm thinking about is I'll obviously take it. I'll obviously take it no matter what. If you see me looking over here, just know that I'm looking off my notes. But right after that opportunity, when we score, my man Gabriel Jesus doing what he does, man. He draws the penalty. And then next thing you know, I don't know what the hell happened with Sergio Aguero. Obviously, Sergio Aguero's the king in Manchester City. I'm never going to really get at him too much, but I don't know what the hell Sergio was thinking about in this moment, because this is obviously going to be a major talking point for, pundits as well as Manchester City fans, and even Chelsea fans are probably going to be talking about what the hell Sergio Aguero was thinking about. So if you didn't see the game, just know this happens right after the 44th minute, right before halftime, to where Gabriel Jesus gets the penalty and then Sergio steps up. Sergio steps up and tries to do the most cheeky thing I've ever seen. And if it would have went in the back of the net, we wouldn't be even talking about this. But Manchester City have a chance to go up 2-0 on Chelsea in this particular moment. Sergio Aguero puts the ball down, and as Manchester City fans, we know that, it's tough for us to convert penalties. So I'm watching the game, and I'm kind of like doing like this, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like watching out underneath one eye, because I already know in typical City fashion, anything can happen when it comes to penalties. So Sergio Aguero steps up there. Mendy is like, he's like the Dikembe Mutombo / Manu Boa. Your man is just crazy tall when it comes to, being any type of goalkeeping. I think he's even taller than Manuel Neuer, but I don't know what Sergio Aguero was thinking about in this moment. He just tries to do the chip. Mendy actually falls down, has enough time to get back up, and damn near catches the ball with one hand. And I'm saying to myself, what in the hell, Sergio, were you thinking about? And even if you look at Sergio Aguero's response, he looks over at Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola is obviously fuming in this moment that Sergio Aguero even took that type of penalty. But Sergio knew that he messed up. So I kind of want to say, I don't know what Sergio Aguero was thinking about, but don't be shocked if you don't ever see Sergio Aguero again on penalties, whether it be in the Champions League final, or whether it be, any other point until we wrap up this Premier League season. So I don't know about that, but I want to say one interesting thing. So I watched the commentary at halftime, and I'm watching on NBC, and I see Rebecca, I see Robbie, and I see Tim Howard, and they're talking about this. And, Robbie says that it was an awkward moment. They talked about it might have been a little unprofessional or a little disrespectful for Sergio to take that type of penalty. I just think that Sergio in this particular moment just said to himself, like, I don't know what to do with this guy. This guy is obviously mad tall, so he just took that penalty. It is what it is. Typical City fashion. We don't convert the penalty, but we lose the momentum. So we go into halftime being 1-0 down. We start the second half, and in my opinion, Chelsea got a little bit more comfortable in the game. In my opinion, they definitely did, in the second half, and, they just did what they did. Now, I got to turn my notes over here because there's one key thing I want to talk about. So just bear with me 1 second. So as the second half comes on, we're up 1-0. Chelsea get back in the game around the 63rd minute of this match due to some sloppy play by Raheem, by Rodri. Rodri takes the ball, and he has the ball, and Rodri has to make a decision. Now, keep in mind, Rodri is the only midfielder we have on the pitch in this particular game. I don't know why Pep decided to do that, but it is what it is. So Rodri gets the ball, he screws up, and he tries to make a pass. Next thing you know, Ziyech gets the ball right in front of basically the whole goal, right on the edge of the box, right on the edge of the 18-yard box, and he just slides it past Edison, and it's 1-1. Now, I want to talk about this particular moment because a lot of people don't know who to blame. Obviously, I think Rodri should have made a better decision to say, okay, I got no outlet. I don't care. Rodri just hoops that ball way out of bounds, puts it in row Z because he's got no outlets, but Rodri just makes a dumb decision. But what happens? And I know when you guys watch the matches, you might not see stuff like this. Pep Guardiola, instead of blaming Rodri for not making a smart decision, do you know what this man did? This man is fuming at Raheem Sterling because he didn't drop to get the ball off of Rodri. Raheem Sterling is a winger. He is not a midfielder. And I want to give you an example of this. Me, I'm corporate America's salesperson. I've always been corporate America sales. I've worked in healthcare, and now I work in tech. As a salesperson, my natural instinct as a good salesperson is to be an active listener and then be showing empathy when I'm talking to my customers. I'm never going to be a forklift driver. I'm never going to be some marketing genius. I am a salesperson. In turn, Raheem Sterling is a winger. He's never going to think about being a midfielder instinctually, right? So what does Pep Guardiola do? He's fuming at this man, Raheem Sterling, for not dropping off instead of blaming Rodri just for not kicking that ball out. All right, it happens. There's a lot of opportunity still left in the game. And then what happens right after that? Let's go to around the 80-minute mark of this game. Woo! We take off Sergio Aguero. We take off Ferran Torres. We bring on Phil Foden and we bring on Ilkay Gundogan, right? But if you watch in this moment, right, Phil Foden is either playing the 10 or he's on the right side of the pitch. I'm saying to myself, why is he not either playing the 10 or why is he not on the left-hand side? Why is Raheem Sterling not on the right? I don't understand why Pep did that. But it wasn't until the 80th minute where Raheem Sterling had a great opportunity. He started making these great runs on the right. And I'm saying, Pep, you should have just switched that over a little bit earlier. You know, I don't understand why Pep did that. So now, fast forward about maybe 7 minutes from the 80th minute mark. So now we're around the 87th minute of the game. Raheem Sterling has a great opportunity. He's in the box. My man Kurt Zuma is all over Raheem Sterling's legs, chipping at his legs. And he should have had a penalty, in my opinion. Now, you could claim I'm biased because I am a Manchester City fan, but this is a penalty, in my opinion, yo. And I'm just saying to myself, what the hell do we have to do to get a penalty? Or this match was just piss poor officiating. Let me know in the comments of what you guys thought about the officiating in this game, because in my opinion, it was absolutely terrible. It was terrible from the sense of Timo Werner probably had like 5 opportunities to where he was clearly offside. They don't raise the flag. We get the penalty, you know, with Sergio earlier in the or at the end of the first half. And then we missed this penalty. And I'm saying to myself, what is going on with the penalty situation? What's going on with the officiating? But what happens right after that? So we did not get the penalty. And next thing you know, Chelsea comes down the pitch where my man Timo Werner gets the ball on the right-hand side, basically puts it right at the end of the box. And you know what's so crazy? He puts it right across right there for, I think that's Alonso that's in the box, and I think that's Callum Hudson-Odoi that's actually in the box. And then they just fluff it up, but it ends up in the back of the net. Similar to the way that Sergio and kind of Raheem Sterling put in the back of the net for us to go up 1-0. And they score right there in the 92nd minute. And I'm so fuming in this match because not only did we not get the penalty in that moment, but they turn around and score. Then I'm so mad that we just gave them our power and they stole it away from us in the 92nd minute of everything. And I'm so mad the fact that the way they just took the game away from us. But I will say this, you know, I try to be as honest as I possibly can on this channel. I'm obviously fuming about this match, but yo, I got to give credit to Chelsea. They just looked a little bit more they had a little bit more hunger, a little bit more fight, especially at the end of the match, because the game started getting stretched in the end, in my opinion, and they just outworked us. Yo, they really did, and they were obviously more comfortable playing the system that they were playing, more so than the system that we were playing. You know, they just came and stole the match away from us, and now Chelsea have beaten us the last 2 times we played them. So they've won 2 out of the 3 games that we played this year. And both games underneath Thomas Tuchel or Thomas Tuchel, however you pronounce his name. I want to be fair to him, but now they have won this opportunity, and now they're going to have a bunch of momentum heading into this Champions League final against us, because they know that they've beaten our first team squad and they've beaten us a little bit. And, you know, I wouldn't say really the first team squad solely because we made changes, a little bit of changes in the FA Cup semifinal, but yo, they're full of confidence versus us, and we just gave them away our power. So what can we do about this? So I've obviously said a bunch of negative things in this match, but I'm always going to end with a positive, as most City fans do. We always try to be as positive as possible. So what positives are there in this match? The one thing is that there was no De Bruyne in this match. There was no Riyad Mahrez. There was no Bernardo Silva. So hopefully there was no Kyle Walker. There was no John Stones. There was, you know, Zinchenko came on a little bit later in the match as Mendy started to get tired. But in my opinion, hopefully the boys will look at this and say, yo, Chelsea have beaten us, but they're not going to be ready for us when it comes Champions League final time, because we are going to make up for this loss that we had, and it wasn't our first team squad. So hopefully the boys will use that as momentum. Hopefully Pep will use this as an opportunity to say, yo, stop dilly-dallying, stop tinkering with the team. Let's go with our strongest formation as well as our strongest squad. And I'm hopeful that the team will say, you know what? We got your back. We know that happened, but we are going to go out here and get the job done in the Champions League final, no matter whether it's played in Turkey or whether it's played in England. So I'm hoping that that's going to be a positive. But please let me know what you guys' thoughts on this match was. You know, where did we go wrong? Whose fault is it? In my opinion, this is a loss all the way around. I'm going to put a lot of the blame, and this is just my opinion, I'm going to put a lot of the blame on Pep Guardiola in this, because you got to look at it from a position of leadership. When you're a manager, and no matter what you do in your life, if you're a manager and your team fails, the responsibility has to go on you as being the manager, because you're supposed to exude leadership. You're supposed to exude, you know, tactics or strategy in some kind of way. So Pep Guardiola in this particular match, in my opinion, he lost this match. Chelsea won the match. The players did not execute to their fullest capabilities, but also you got to take into account the players are not used to playing in that type of formation. You know, when is Raheem Sterling? Raheem Sterling might drop to get the ball sometimes, but that's not what he does. That's not what he does. He's usually being a winger. Ferran Torres dropped so many times to get the ball as if he was playing in midfield in this match. That's not what he is used to doing. So in my opinion, a lot of the blame has to fall on Pep Guardiola. The players did not execute, and they ran out of energy a little bit late, and Chelsea just seized this opportunity away from us. But I want to ask this question last and foremost is, who does the blame lie? Is it going to be with Pep Guardiola? Is it going to be with the players? Please let me know your guys' thoughts. Tomorrow I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth about this game, but I had to get some of this fuming energy out of my mind, out of my heart, out of my body, out of my soul, so that way we can all as Manchester City move on. And hopefully, we know that the Premier League title is going to be ours. We have to wait and be patient a little bit longer. But hopefully, the boys, the first team squad, Pep Guardiola, everybody can realize, yo, we got to do something to beat Chelsea, and we're not going to beat Chelsea by tinkering around or, you know, messing around with the formation or players not be fully engaged mentally. So that's the one takeaway that I'm going to take away from this game. So let me know what you guys' thoughts are on this match is, but it's not a good day, and as Manchester City fans, we have to wait. So please let me know what you guys think about this match. Until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Blue is our city, Manchester City fan channel. Come on, boys. Let's get it done in the Champions League final. Let's avenge all of this pain that the Manchester City fans are feeling today. So hopefully we get the job done. But until the next video, I'll see you guys next time. Blue is our city. Peace.